Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Noman and today I have decided to start this stream in English, and I'll be creating a new channel, and that will be the whole streams will be in English. The reason behind why I am doing this stream today in English is that the outer world does not really knows what is happening in Pakistan and in most countries like Pakistan. So I think it is the need of time. We stand in need that we should tell the whole world what is happening in Pakistan. Because as an activist, social media activist, whenever we talk, me or other people like me, whenever we talk about the problems of Pakistan in Urdu, we are blamed that we are agents of Israel, we are agents of Jewish people, we are agents of India, and we are agents of the West, and so on. So, I have decided that I will do streams in English as well because, uh, uh, as far as the label of traitor or being an agent of Israel, America, or India, or it has already been put on me and people like me. So I will start it in a proper way because it doesn't matter if I say or don't. They will label me because they are. I mean, it is their habit. They cannot. They cannot. We Pakistanis, because we are. Uh, our upbringing is in such a way that we cannot dunk in the criticism. We cannot face the reality. We don't want to understand where the problem lies. And even if we know, we don't want to tell about it because we think that that will be not good for us. So, what is happening in Pakistan? This country, and I am very sorry. I feel shame to accept the fact that my country is a hell. If you are from a civilized country, never ever think to visit Pakistan because Pakistan is a hell for a free thinker, for a person who is going into Pakistan from a free world, from a free thinking, from a civilized world. You have to be very careful, and uh, you have to be hypocrite if you want to live in Pakistan, even for 3 or 5 days or 1 week, and so on. Why my country is a hell? Because of its laws. We have blasphemy laws. It all started from the very beginning in 1947 because our country, it was gained, it was, this hell was created in the name of religion. So people who were living for 1,000 years together, they became the British came and they told us that we are Muslims and they are Hindus, so we cannot live together. So we they injected this hate injection into our people, and then we started to uh, we started to think that we cannot live together because although we were living for more than 1,000 years together, but the British came and they told us that you are a Muslim, he is a Hindu, so Hindu should hate Muslim and Muslim should hate Hindu just because your religion is not compatible with a Hindu and his Hinduism is not compatible with Islam. So this is how all this hell was created in the name of religion. What happened next? We both countries, Pakistan and India, we inherited this hate from the beginning, and then we started to build this hate instead of instead of dealing with it. We started to build it. Our politicians, our generals, I'm talking particularly about Pakistan, our generals and our politicians, what they did, they came along and they started using that very formula which British people were using. So, what happened next? A general wanted to throw, or he did not wanted to, wanted a woman to be the president of Pakistan. So, the very first time, that general, his name was Mr. Ayub Khan, he used religion into politics. He said, "We are Muslims." He went to these Maulvis, mullahs, beard people. So he asked them that they bring a fatwa. This is just like a court decision, Islamic court decision, against Fatima Jinnah, who was a sister of Jinnah. So these mullahs, these Maulvis, these clerics, they helped Mr. Ayub Khan to make a propaganda against Fatima Jinnah, the sister of Jinnah. And then it started. Every general and every uh, politician, it doesn't matter which party it was Muslim League, it was People's Party, it was, and etc. So using, they started using this hate propaganda against each other. Then we came to a very sad moment. In 1974, Bhutto, who just wanted to hold control of Pakistan and he wanted to be he wanted to be the prime minister or the president, it doesn't matter. He used clerics and they asked him, if you want to use us, we also will use you. I'm telling you in very simple words. So, what happened next? These clerics came with the decision that Ahmadis, they are not Muslims because of their beliefs. I'm not going to go into the details. You can just Google it. Who are Ahmadis and why they are declared non-Muslims in Pakistan? So, politicians and generals, they were using religion for becoming, presidents and prime ministers and ministers. So they were using the religious card, and even today, it is in use in Pakistan. So the result is very filthy. The result is very bloody. Today, my country, my beautiful country, Pakistan, is turned into a hell. If I go to Pakistan, I'll be lynched, most probably. I'll be, and then I'll be burnt. Or maybe I'll be killed. I'll be attacked. As soon as they will come to know, oh, this is Noman Alam who was sitting in Ukraine and who was barking about Islam. So come on. This is what happening in Pakistan. We have turned into a hell. We are not a normal country. I am telling you guys in English, I want my voice be heard to the European Parliament and people like me, that They should come, they should come to a decision that they should see what is happening in Pakistan. Maybe they know, but they are they are not paying that much attention, which is, I mean, the desired attention. They are maybe ignoring, maybe they have their own goals. Anyways, the hell we see today in Pakistan was started by this person. Let me show you. Let me show you. I will show you a. So I am now showing you. Maybe you are watching. Yes, this is the person. His name, his name was Mr. Ziaul Haq. This is that very person who organized a full-fledged jihad in Afghanistan. This filthy man used each and every kind of resources to make Afghanistan destabilize, because he was told by the Americans and Europeans that if you will not stop Russia, I mean Soviet Union, you will be the next. So, as a president and as a very, I must say, very uh, ill kind of person, he just started a jihad, full-fledged jihad in Afghanistan. So he worked for the USA. He planted mujahideen in Afghanistan. So what is happening now? That is very sad. I want to show you some pictures. I want to show you some pictures which will tell you what is happening in Pakistan. This is Asia Bibi, and it is good luck of her that she is not in Pakistan right now. She has fled, and the judge who ordered uh, the decision, he also, I came to know that he bought his air tickets for himself and for his family, and then he fled away. Why? Because he knew that if he is uh, denouncing, I mean, he's deciding her death sentence, he is revoking it. He will be he will be meeting very, I mean, such kind of very harsh circumstances. This is Junaid Hafiz, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Junaid Hafiz. He was a very intelligent guy. He is a very intelligent guy. He went on to the United States on Fulbright scholar. He was a Fulbright scholar, and he comes from a very poor family. What happened next? he could he could stay into the United States. But this young man loved Pakistan and loves Pakistan. So what he did, he decided to come back to Pakistan. In the city of Multan, it is the fourth or fifth largest city of Pakistan. He started to study and he started a job parallel in the same university. And some of his students, when they got into some kind of religious discussion with Junaid Hafiz, they found that their religious sentiments, I mean, they were hurt by the discussion with Junaid Hafiz. They went on, they lodged an FIR on Junaid Hafiz, against Junaid Hafiz, and he is accused. I want your attention. I want you to pay attention that he is accused. He is, there is no proof yet, but it is the seventh consecutive year he is in the jail. Just because some people said that his his words hurt our religious sentiments. So this is what Pakistan is. This is Priyantha Kumara. This is Priyantha Kumara. He was working in a factory in Sialkot, Pakistan. On 3rd of December, he was sitting in his office and he noticed that there is a sticker on the wall. The walls were painted, and Priyantha Kumara thought that this is not so good that on newly painted walls there are stickers. So, what Priyantha Kumara did, he just removed that sticker and he threw it in a dustbin. There was a guy, or maybe two guys, who were looking at this all. They came to Priyantha Kumara. He was factory manager. And they said, what did you do? He said, nothing, because this wall is very clean and I don't want any kind of stickers on my wall. They said, do you know what is written on these stickers? He said, no. They said, there is written, Ya Hussein. Hussein is a grandson of Prophet of Islam Muhammad. So, what they did, they started quarreling with him. He tried to tell them that I don't know anything what is written on this sticker. That is why, unintentionally, I threw it away. But these guys went on into the factory. They gathered the other people. They came because they accused him that he said blasphemous words. He threw a sticker with a holy name of Hussein. So they started beating him. He ran away. He went on to the third floor or the fourth floor, but they lynched him. They brought him back. They started beating him brutally. Then what happened next is very shameful. He was he lost his conscience, and then this happened. You can see a lot of people standing around him, and in the center is Priyantha Kumara, which I have blurred because this is graphic image, and I think that it should not be shown. So they put Priyantha Kumara in the middle of the road. They started beating him. He lost his consciousness. Then what they did? they set him on fire. Yes, I will repeat it. They lynched, they beaten him to death, then they set him on fire. Just because he unintentionally removed a sticker where the name Hussein was written. And all these nuts standing around this poor man's body, dead body, they were hurt by Priyantha Kumara. So, my dear listeners, you should understand what is happening in Pakistan. It is a living hell on earth. This is Governor Salman Tasir. He was very vocal about Asia Bibi, which I showed you earlier. So his gunman, who was to protect him, he just listened to a sermon by a Pakistani cleric that the 295C, the blasphemy law in Pakistan, this is the pride of Pakistan. This is not a black law. And anyone who says that 295C is a black law, like I am saying it now, or anyone who will say, should be killed. So that gunman who whose duty was to protect this governor, he opened fire on our governor and killed him on the spot. Just because Mr. Salman Tasir, the ex-governor of Punjab, said that 295C is a black law and people use it for their personal for their personal well-being. This is Mumtaz Qadri. You can see that a liar in a black coat is kissing a beard man. So this man, which I am showing you, this man who is being kissed, this was the murderer of our governor of Punjab. And he is being kissed by the policeman, by the liars, and so on. A Pakistani court ordered that he is a killer and he should not be spared. And then he was hanged to death for killing Governor Salman Tasir. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you very simple thing. It is that we Pakistani people are very sensitive. We are very sensitive. My Pakistani fellows are very sensitive. Why? Because they say that you should respect our prophet and you should respect our religion and each and everything which is related to the religion, Islam. But you see, this is a snap of a temple just 2 or 3 months ago, which was attacked by the mobs in Pakistan. It was a small city, Sadiqabad, and it is the very basic district where I do come from, Rahim Yar Khan. So they attack temples, they attack Ahmadi mosques, they attack churches. They don't respect any other religion other than Islam. But if you will ask questions, you will hurt them. So if you are planning to go to Pakistan, please think about it twice, thrice, and maybe 100 times. This country is a very dangerous country, and this country is a living hell on our planet. You should be very careful if you are in Pakistan. Please do not get engaged into any discussion about religion because Pakistani people they are very much sensitive. You see, what happened next? This is Mashal Khan. This young man was studying in Russia. Then he came back and he said, I will continue my master's in Pakistan. He was from a middle class family. He loved to study, he loved to read, and he loved to discuss things. He was from a middle class family, so his family decided that he should rent out a room in a hostel in a university where he was studying masters. So what happened to him? He got engaged with some students. He thought that they think like he does, but he was not aware that his words can hurt his Pakistani fellows. And my dear listeners, you know what happens next? They lynched him and they beaten him to death. I cannot show you the images. And he was lynched, he was beaten to death. And all the murderers, they were living in the jail just like heroes. Recently in Pakistan, like 10 months ago, there was a man who was sitting in the courtroom and was waiting his hearing, and a young boy of maybe 20, he shot him right in the courtroom. Why? Because he was facing, this man was facing some charges on blasphemy. So, either the court decides, and if the court is taking some time, Pakistani people decide you should live or die. This is what my country is. This is what my country is. And I am so shameful to accept this fact. I am so, I am, I don't have any words that how to call my country. This is a living hell on earth. So today's program is about Pakistan's black blasphemy laws, and you can see you can see that why I am doing this in English, because I want to tell people, I want to tell Europeans, I want to tell Canadians, I want to tell the outer world, they should listen and they should understand what Pakistan is. Their parliamentarians should listen. The UK MPs should listen. Senators in the United States should listen. The Canadian Prime Minister should listen. European Union should listen. Its MPs should listen. Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Japan, Russia, China, which is one of the biggest allies of Pakistan, should listen. That This country is a living hell on earth. And please share my video wherever you want and you can. Because I think we should go vocal. We should tell the outer world what is happening in Pakistan. Most recently, a 26 years old girl whose name is Anika Atik. She she got engaged into discussion with her, as I have come to know, with her boyfriend. And her boyfriend, I don't know what happened in between them. He was asking for something, or maybe no one knows about it. His name is Farooq Hasnat. So Farooq Hasnat was, as we have come to know, the boyfriend of Anika Atik. What he did, he asked for something and she refused. What happened next? He started on chasing her. He was taking screenshots of her social media posts, and maybe she, as we have heard, that she sent him once a book in PDF format about Muhammad, which she found blasphemous. Then this Farooq Hasnat gave a patch up call. It means he said, okay, please come back and we should patch up. We should get together again. She said no. She refused again. So this Farooq Hasnat, he threatened her that if you don't want to patch up with me again, if you don't want to be together with me again, I am going to lodge an FIR. I am going to lodge an FIR against you. And she said, okay, go ahead. She thought that he is just threatening her, but he went to a police station nearby. He lodged an FIR under Section 295C, penalty of which is death sentence. So the police came, the cyber crime police came, and they checked her telephone, the cell phone, and they checked her laptop, and they found some more books in PDF format, which they found blasphemous as well. And the FIR was, I mean, it got more power. So it is said when she was in the courtroom on the day of decision, uh, the judge said that, why do you think I should spare you? She said, if I have said something bad to you, it is, this is, this matter lies between us, between you and me. So if I have committed blasphemy, I will go to Allah and I will go to Muhammad and I will ask for pardon. He said, no, you have violated our law, and he handed her death penalty. Yes, my listeners, death penalty on WhatsApp status or some PDF books. Right now, let me show you, let me show you again what is trending in Pakistan. This trend was started by me. So we have started a trend, Save Anika. In the description there is a link to a petition which you can go, open, and sign it. If you want to make it a top trend, you should simply write on your hand or on a piece of paper, as you see people have done. You just write on a piece of paper or on your hand or arm. You snap it and you make it viral. You see, people are reacting. These are some images which people have sent to me. We should save Anika and we should sanction Pakistan until it revises its blasphemy laws. Now I will tell you more about Pakistan's blasphemy laws. What are they in fact? So you see, now I am going to show you the Pakistani blasphemy laws, what they are, and what are the penalties. They are very inhumane. They are for a word in 2022 for the civilized world. This is a living hell. If you will go to Pakistan, please do not get engaged into any discussion with Pakistanis. So Pakistani blasphemy laws is, the first one is 298, uttering any word or making any sound or making any gesture or placing any object in the sight with a deliberate intention of wounding the religious feelings of any person. If you are going to Pakistan, please keep in mind, I am now reading Pakistani blasphemy laws, and you should keep in mind. Pakistan Penal Code Section 298, uttering any word or making any sound or making any gesture or placing of any object in the sight with deliberate intention of wounding the religious feelings of Pakistanis. 1 year imprisonment or fine or both. They can put you in jail for 1 year just for your gesture. It is happening in Pakistan. If you just show your gesture, you say no or any other word which they don't like, you can be behind the bars for 1 year and you will pay fine. 298A, Pakistan Penal Code Section 298A, use of derogatory marks etc. in respect of holy personages. 3 years imprisonment or fine or both. I should say that Priyantha Kumara, the Sri Lankan factory worker in Pakistan, he just used a gesture and he wounded the feelings of Pakistanis who were around him. And they did not go to police, they did not report it to anyone. They decided he should live or die on the spot. They lynched him, they beaten him to death, and then they burnt him alive. this is a very shameful moment for me as a Pakistani. Section 298A, use of derogatory marks etc in respect of holy personages. 3 years, you can get 3 years or fine or both. Section 298B of Pakistan Penal Code. 298B. Ahmadi Blasphemy Law. This is this is mostly used on Ahmadis. Misuse of epithets, description and titles reserved for certain holy personages or places by Ahmadis. It means, I should tell you in very simple words, it means if you are an Ahmadi in Pakistan, you cannot say Salamu Alaikum. You cannot say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. You cannot write Allah or Muhammad because you are an Ahmadi and you should not say it. If an Ahmadi will do it, it means that he or she will wound the religious feelings of Pakistanis and he will get 3 years behind the bars. Section 298C. Again, it is for Ahmadis. If a Muslim or preaching or propagating his faith in any matter whatsoever, outraging the religious feelings of Muslims living in Pakistan, or posing himself as a Muslim, he will get 3 years behind the bars. It means if an Ahmadi says that I am a Muslim, according to Pakistani law 298C, he will get 3 years in the bar, behind the bars. Section 295, injuring or defiling places of worship with intent to insult the religion of any class. It is very interesting thing because you see Pakistani Muslims, they think that only they have feelings, that only they have feelings. So what they do, they get hurt and they will put you behind the bars for 2 years, and this is the best option for you because if you are not being put behind the bars, maybe they will decide you should live or not just because you have wounded their religious feelings, and they will put you behind the bars, or they will decide you should live or you should meet their fate just like Priyantha Kumara, the poor Priyantha Kumara. Section 295A. Section 295A. Deliberate and malicious acts intended to outrage religious feelings of any class by insulting its religion or religious beliefs. This is the basic law which was introduced by British because first they injected hate in Hindus and Muslims. Then when they saw the results of this 295A of this law, so the British, they uh, these are very interesting. Yes, I'm sorry, there was a technical problem. So this was the basic law 295A which was introduced by British. And if today you outrage religious feelings of any class, but particularly only Muslims, you will get 10 years behind the bars. 295b, defiling of Quran or Hadith. It means if you are asking any question about Islam or Hadith, how it can happen or how it is possible, uh, it is not logical. If you will say these kind of words, you will get your whole life behind the bars if you are not killed before going behind the bars. 295c. This is the most cruel thing we have. 295c. Use of derogatory marks spoken or written directly or indirectly defiles the name of Muhammad or other prophets. You will get death sentence or death sentence and fine. I mean, you do not have any other option. If you say, I am, let me tell you very interesting thing. About 6 months ago, I received a call from a withheld number, and the person was calling me from the city of Odessa. It is in Ukraine, and he told me that, "Are you Noman Alam?" I said yes, and in Urdu he was telling me that he was telling me, if you will not write Muhammad and Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I will personally come to your town and I will kill you. I said, why? He said, because you should write Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It means Muhammad, peace be upon him. I said, you see, I'm not a Muslim. I should not write. You cannot make me write peace be upon him. He said, no, you are wounding my religious feelings. And I am deeply hurt from inside when I see your posts do not carry peace be upon him or sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I said, I am not, you cannot make me to write these, titles for Muhammad, because I don't believe that he is a prophet at all. I don't believe that he should get this kind of title, and that is why I will not write. He said, no, if you will not write, so get ready. I will come and I will kill you. I said, okay, no problem. Come on. Just because he thinks that Muhammad is his prophet and I should respect his prophet. So he is making me respect his prophet, even if I don't want, even if I am not a Muslim. So this is the mentality of Pakistani people. You should know what kind of a country it is. And I will be continuously now doing videos in English and in Urdu as well, because as I am already labeled as an agent of India, Israel, and so on, so I have nothing to lose. That is why I have decided. So I say or don't, they label me as an agent of India and Jewish people and America and so on. By the way, Pakistan Army and Pakistan, they just received a plane with vaccination. We do not have vaccination. We do not have vaccine because we are into religion and we are into hate with India and Israel. We know only three things. we Pakistanis, I am telling you what is in this part of a Pakistani, of each and every Pakistani, what he has inside his head. The first one is that India is our enemy. The second thing is that every the Jewish people and Israel, they are preparing by days and nights conspiracy against Pakistan. And the third thing is that we are Muslims and we are the best people in the world. This is what each and every Pakistani has in his mind. So if you are going to Pakistan, please do not get into any kind of religious debate. Please run away from there because their religious feelings are very weak. They get they get hurt by just a single word. If you say Muhammad, you cannot say Muhammad. You should say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you will not say this, the person who is sitting in front of you or the people who are sitting in front of you, they will get their feelings will get wounded, and you will become another Priyantha Kumar. So today we are asking, we the Pakistani free thinkers, we are asking you, Europeans, Americans, Canadians, Australians, New Zealanders, Japanese, European Union people, please. The first thing is that you should know that Pakistan is a living hell on this planet. And if you are going to Pakistan, you should be very careful. Do not get engaged with any person over there into any discussion, especially religious. And the third thing is that please go into the description of this video. You will see a petition and please sign that petition. That is all what I want to say, that Pakistan is a living hell, and people who say that we are very peaceful people, this is not correct. Why? Let me tell you. Prophet Muhammad ordered the killing of Asma Binti Marwan because she was opposing Muhammad with her poetry, and she was provoking people to think the other way. When Prophet Muhammad came to know that there is a woman, Asma binti Marwan, and she is very vocal in her poetry against Islam or about Islam, Muhammad ordered the killing of Asma binti Marwan. There was a person, his name was Abu Afaq. He was a Jewish poet who uh, was writing thought provoking poetry, and his poetry contained mostly questions. Muhammad came to know and he said, this is blasphemous poetry, and he ordered the killing of Abu Afaq, who was a Jewish poet. There was a person, Al Nadir ibn al Haris. He was captured in the Battle of Badr, and Prophet Muhammad revealed a verse of Quran that Jibril came that night to him and told him. that he should be killed. I'm telling you in because this is a long story and I'm telling you in short. There was a person, Uqba Binti Abu Mait. He was also captured in the Battle of Badr, and he was also very vocal about Islam. He was attacked and he was killed on the orders of Muhammad. There was a person, Abu Rafi ibn Abi al Haqqai. He was very vocal and he asked questions about Muhammad and about Quran by every passing day. Muhammad ordered his killing because Muhammad thought that he is a direct threat to Islam. There was a person, Khalid ibn Sufyan. Muhammad came to know that Khalid ibn Sufyan is planning an attack on Muhammad and Medina. Muhammad sent his people and said that he should be killed before he attacks Medina or me. But uh, it is not confirmed that he was planning to attack Medina or not. There was a person, Muawiyah ibn al-Mughira. Muhammad said, kill Muawiyah bin al-Mughira because he is spying on me. So Muawiyah bin al-Mughira was spying on Muhammad and Muhammad ordered his killing. There was a person, Al-Haris bin Saud al-Nasari. Muhammad said, kill Haris bin Saud. Why? Because according to some Islamic traditions, Allah revealed that those who reject Islam or who have some questions about Islam, they should be punished. So Muhammad ordered the killing of Al Haris al Suwaid al Nasari. Muhammad ordered the killing of Abu Sufyan. Why? Because he had a lot of questions about Islam and Muhammad. So, my dear people, my dear listeners, my dear Europeans, Canadians, Americans, Australians, and all the people from the civilized countries, please, you should know that Muslims, especially Pakistani Muslims, they are very sensitive people if it comes to the religious feelings. If you will hurt them, you will be killed. I had a very good friend. I had a very good friend who was Shia. And once we were having dinner, I had a lot of questions about Imam Hussein and Imam Ali. He said me a very shocking thing. He said, you can do whatever you want to do with my mother, but please do not ask questions about Ali or Hussein. So, can you imagine what kind of thing has been poured into the minds of Pakistani people, especially? We are living hell on on this planet. Please be careful. And now I ask you all, please go sign the petition which is in the description. And if you have some time, please take a piece of paper or just write on your hand, save Anika, and viral it. You can send it to me and I will put it on my Twitter. Save Anika is a top trend on Pakistan today, on Twitter in Pakistan. Thank you so much for being with me. I thank you all who did not listen. Please, you can listen it anytime because it is on YouTube. So please, my dear people, you should know that Pakistan is a living hell on the face of this earth, and you should be very careful. Save Anika, sign the petition, subscribe my channel, and wait for more. Thank you so much.